Welcome back to 3Ps. I'm Josie.
I'm Erin.
And I'm Coco.
And we're back.
We're back. It's not to like be a dead horse, but it's early again.
I know. I was just going to say, I was like, it is so early.
It's
this
earlier
time it
than
really
last
does
time.
feel early though. Well, it's earlier than last
Well,
time.
also
just, like-
too in the Midwest, like when you wake up this early, it's like dark. Like it's not fun. And I'm not even necessarily saying I'm a proponent for like daylight savings, but waking up and feeling like I
Sure.
need to get like one of those Ebenezer Scrooge lamps in order to see through my apartment is like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, that's how I feel right now. And I know Tyler would appreciate
my
that
God.
so heavy.
For sure.
That's so funny. No, and I mean, you guys, like we are working women. Like we have to just like find the time when we can find the time. And sometimes that is in the wee hours of the morning. And that is just like, that's our dedication to you, our pea potters. We love you so much.
The coffees taste better though this early. Like
It's
it feels
actually
right.
so
It's a
cozy,
little
so I don't
cozy.
mind it.
Yeah, like Tilly is in the other room. Like his office looks so cozy with
Yeah.
his little lamp on, and
Yeah.
it's like dark out still. And
Yeah. Is
Feels
it still
cozy.
dark there? It's like the sun has come up here.
it's like dark.
It's dark
It's not
here.
dark, but it's like dusky.
It also might
I
be
don't know.
because it's been so cloudy and like rainy here that like it could potentially be that the sun is
Because
not.
we got blue skies here and sun's up.
Oh,
right now.
Yeah.
dang.
Jeez, yeah, the sun, like there's not been a sunrise yet this morning.
See, that's crazy. We're like 5 hours away. Like that's insane to
Right.
me.
I was
No,
going to
that's
look at what
crazy.
time
You're
the
basically on the
sunrise
other
is
side
at.
of the world.
I'm basically in Tokyo
Sunrise?
right now.
The sunrise is at 7:32 and it's 7:24. So
Well,
in, like,
that's
10
insane.
minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's dark. Josie, like this morning I woke up and she was already on her way here because like she had to drive. So I was just waking up as she like left her house, and she's like, I'll be there at 6:40. And I'm like, okay, like doors unlocked, but I totally like didn't turn any lights on for you. So she's like walking and I came down the stairs like right as you were opening the door. And I think the timing was just good.
It was
But
perfect.
if I
That's
hadn't
so
come down, I was
funny.
like, Josie's going to just enter into my like pitch black house.
She knows where the
No-
lights are.
No front light on.
I know
I
my
was
way
like, this
around.
is so funny making Josie walk into like, pitch black. But
No, it's perfect.
anyways,
Yeah.
okay, updates from this
I
week.
have a few.
Okay.
One, if people are wondering like why I'm so like different, alternative, crazy girl, I have a tattoo now and it's my whole personality.
Yes.
I was like joking with the tattooer. I was like, I'm a badass now. And it's like God's name is on my arm. Like it's not.
It's literally, like a.
Did your tattoo artist laugh? Like,
Yeah, he was laughing at it because at first he was like, "What does this mean?" So I got to talk to him, and I was like, "This is
So
super exciting
cool.
because
That's
now."
cute.
So for people who don't know, I wore the wrong sweatshirt. Okay, we'll show it.
We'll show
on
it in
socials.
the.
We'll put
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
dump.
but I got Yahweh on my arm, the YHWH, and it was funny because he was like, "Is this the correct letters format?" Because like when you look at it a few times, you're like, "Wait, I got to make sure I have it right."
and there's like no vowels in it, so if it's supposed to be like an actual word or something, it's
Yeah.
like
And so like while he was already going, he was like, hey, like Nikki, my friend was there. He was like, can you double check that this is the right spelling? I was like, Hayden. I was like, you should have checked already. But we were joking. It was like really fun. We had a good
That's
time.
funny.
that's so funny.
So yeah, it's like still healing. I'm like a week out but it's like such a small thing that it's like already healed.
So cool.
So yeah, it's been fun. And it's really,
It's
I'm like
really
obsessed
cute.
with it. So
Yeah,
My
it's so
gosh,
cute.
I love
I'm
that.
obsessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That word, I don't know if you remember this or not from Israel, but like in the Jewish faith, like Yahweh is like a word of like such, like it's like the direct word of like God,
Yep.
Lord, like,
Yeah.
and so it's such a word of like reverence that like the Jewish people like
Don't even say
it. Like, isn't that crazy? I remember our guide or one of the people on our trip, we were with the Jewish guide. He like said Yahweh on accident, like in front of, he was like, I'm so sorry. Our guide was like, it's totally fine. Like, you don't need to.
Can they like
it's all
pray
good.
it? Like I
No.
feel like this might have been on your second trip. I don't remember.
Oh, maybe it was
I
on my
don't know.
second time, but isn't that crazy?
Well, so the reason I got this one, I was like, I want something biblical. I want something like to be a daily reminder. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do a verse. I don't know if I want to do like, I just was like going through it for a while, like figuring out what I wanted to do. And then doing the Bible recap. In that, Tara Lee Cobble explains like why Yahweh is like said like that. And so do you know it's supposed to symbolize like breathing? So like without vowels, because like Yahweh is the way that we say it and have been able to say it, but like it's literally no vowels. But like basically when it first was done, it was like, like that's like how it is. And so it's like he's the breath of life, he's the I am. Like it's super cool. And so that's why I was like, okay, I love that. It's also like something that people look at it and they're like, what is that? It's a conversation
and then you can ask. Yeah.
Well, and you got it in biblical font, right?
Yeah.
Like isn't the font okay?
It's so cool.
Yeah, very cool.
I'm really happy with it. I like it a lot. I'll probably get
like now do you want more tattoos or
I have 2 other like 100% ones that I want to get that I've already had like in my list.
A P is a P one of them.
Yeah. Yep. There's
Hank's
not
face.
like sorry. One of them is I thought because the one that I have, it starts with the letter P. So that's why I was like,
I thought you meant a letter P and not like a pea pod.
Oh no,
too.
like
so
a pea potter. Me
like,
and
P
Erin's
for what,
face.
Petey?
And then
it's for so my Nona and Nono call me Principessa because I was the only granddaughter for like ever, and so I want to get their handwriting in that. And then
that's cute.
There's one that I want to get with my mom, and she's
cute.
She's like back and forth. She's like, you're getting this before you're getting the one with me. And I was like, yeah, God's before you. Love you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's like, it's not that painful. Like, honestly, it's like, it sounds crazy, but it's just like a bunch of bee stings in a row, but like little, like,
yep.
It's not like the
That
legit bee
sounds horrible.
It's not like the ones where it's like the stinger's in. It's like little bug bites. It's not what you would expect where it's like a knife in, I don't know. It's not like, it doesn't feel like a needle at all.
Okay.
That's like,
just little zzz.
yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of like a little bit of like a stinging sensation. It's not like.
It like amazes me that they can do that and people don't just like yank away and then it like messes it up.
I'm sure it's happened.
I'm sure it's happened. But like they're so,
Probably.
it's so interesting. Like the whole process, I was like mesmerized by what he was doing. But
yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
so fantastic.
That's one thing.
Okay. What's next?
This sweatshirt.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh. Wait. Okay.
Do you know what
tell
this
us.
is?
Yeah. Is it the one where you lost it? You found it?
So I got this sweatsuit. I don't know, like people on the YouTube, you can see, like I got this sweatsuit last Christmas from my brother and his wife, Megan. And I love this sweatsuit, right? And for some reason last winter I was bringing, like I have laundry at work. And so I was bringing my little cart with all my laundry out. And then by the time I came home that night, literally could not find this sweatshirt anywhere. And I was like, literally, I tore apart the office. I tore apart my apartment, like everywhere in my car, everything I could think of. Could not find this sweatshirt. I even asked my landlord, I was like, can you look at security footage? Did I drop it? Like, I was like, I just need an answer, right? Nothing. And I doubt he even looked at it, like the security footage. But couldn't find it for the life of me. I was like, what the heck? So then like a few months after that, I ordered on Abercrombie because it went on sale. I ordered a replacement. Shows up, it is so not the right match, and I'm like,
that's
no.
right.
Like,
I forgot about this.
I'm like thinking about it, and I was like, it must be like, you know how like you have to order bridesmaids dresses around the same time, just
it's like the color dye or whatever.
Yeah, so I was like, oh my gosh, and like I sent you guys the photo, it was so off, and I was like, this is depressing.
Yes.
So I'm on the phone with Megan last week, and she texts me, and she's like, Abercrombie hoodies are on sale, and like the one that I love, and I was like, I can't do this again. Like I've been through this. I've trusted Abercrombie and they've betrayed my trust, XYZ. And she was like, well, what color did you get? And I was like, dark green. And she was like, oh, I got you dark fur or dark forest. And I go, what? And she goes, yeah. She goes, it's not dark green. It's this one. And I'm like,
so you just ordered the
So did you get the right color?
So I go, so why didn't you tell me that before? Like, I was so mad. I was like,
because did you send her like the picture too, being like, look at how mismatched
I'm like, I'm
it is?
so sad. I'm depressed. I told her, I was like, I think about this sweatshirt every time I put the sweatpants on. Like,
so
it makes
she
me
just like didn't connect the dots at the time.
So then
my
she's like, no,
gosh.
I got you this. And she went and looked in her email, like got the confirmation of the thing that she bought me from Christmas. She's like, yeah, it's this color. And I was like, lo and behold, I get it last night. It matches perfectly. And I ordered the wrong color.
It's actually crazy that you've gone a year thinking like, this is just dyed wrong.
Like Well, I returned it because I was like,
not
this
a crazy thought, but
Well, no, because we like.
yeah.
It
But
is-
it's just so funny that like a year, like whatever, however.
She
many
literally
months
was
later,
laughing at me so hard. She was like, if it's because you just ordered the wrong color, I'm dead. And I'm like, it'd be crazy if you like gave me your email confirmation earlier this year.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
Well, love that it's solved. I thought you were gonna say you found it behind like a washing machine in your apartment or something.
It's gonna be somewhere.
No,
I'm gonna find that other one another day, and I'm gonna like pass it on to the next. Like I
totally.
No, I want it.
It's really cute and it's really
I know.
comfy.
Yeah, I want it.
Okay.
I love a hoodie like
I
that.
did get a different
That's so
size. I got
funny.
a tall because I just want to see what the tall
Oh,
stuff.
love
Because
that.
I don't buy tall clothes, but I need tall clothes. So
fair.
yeah,
Do you like it? It's a
all
bit better.
it's yeah. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily like the arms are perfect and it's like
Okay.
nice baggy, but it's the Abercrombie essential hoodie and sweatpants. It's so good.
Heck yeah.
And
I
it's
might
the
need to
men's
buy a
sizes,
set.
or it's like unisex. So do the like,
yeah. No women's sweatshirts here,
heck no.
No.
or like women's fitted T-shirts or
my
whatever.
God.
Miss
like,
me with that. Miss me.
Nah,
You can see my body
nah.
yaddy yaddy another way, but it's not going to
Yeah.
be in a t-shirt for sure.
it's not gonna be like a V-neck. Like heck no.
Oh no, that's crazy.
Yeah. And then I'm not going to tell the pod, but I do have my Halloween costumes picked out. So you guys telling me earlier that on Halloween you're not getting dressed up was triggering because y'all know I love Halloween.
I know we're so lame, but it's Halloween. Like
Yeah, exactly.
If
I
I,
know.
came to visit you, I would go
we
all
and we
out.
have. Remember when
And
we were
yeah,
the
if
Three
you
Blind
have.
Mice? We were
Yeah.
literally like, we didn't know it yet, but we were just like Three Blind Mice. Really, just like kind of as a foreshadowing to like
So
Three
true.
Ps. Our podcast.
What if we went as peas? That would
We
have been crazy.
well,
That would've
okay,
been-
that would have been actually crazy. We have some feedback of like what we should dress up for as the
Oh
the
my
pod
gosh.
this
And I'm
year.
obsessed
So
with
we
that. I
need-
meant to bring it
we
up last
shouldn't-
episode.
I know we shouldn't say it on the pod because it should be a surprise for our viewers. But like I think we're gonna dress up.
Yeah,
for
so our Halloween
for the
episode, because it's
podcast.
going to come out like the Tuesday before. Halloween's on a
Yeah.
Friday.
We have like ideas of like a couple ideas. So we have to also fully decide which one we're
Yeah.
doing. So, but very fun. Yeah. Josie and people are just coming to Ty and I's house to have Halloween. And I was just bringing up, I was like, should we like casually dress up? Like, doesn't have, because it's going to be like bonfire food vibe. Like, it's not like we're like inside. I don't know. So I was like, should we dress up?
Are you
And
guys
then
giving out
Josie-
candy too and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, fun.
Yeah. And then Josie's like,
know.
no. And then Coco's like, but I'm
know.
like pretty much the same. I'm like, like
If you
I
just
just
like
wanna be
wear
in,
like
like,
orange and purple, like wear like a Halloween.
yeah, I have like cat ears and like fun, like I have like from different years of like I have like a little bit of stuff that we could just like throw on. But
I
Coco
know.
was like hating. She's like,
I could
hating
throw on
us.
like, yeah, I'm fine to throw on like cat ears or mouse ears that I have from when we were the Three Blind Mice. But then I'm like, is that even worth? I just want to be in like sweatpants and a sweatshirt and sit outside and be cozy. I don't want to be in like some getup, you know? I know you don't get it. It's totally fine. I'm so lame.
Did you
I
not like
understand.
Halloween growing up? Do you not have joy?
No, I did, but I was not like, oh my gosh, like you've just always had like Coco was like a grandma in 5th grade. Like you always have had like she had like the full on like
No,
gray
you're
hair
iconic.
painted.
Like I wish I
yeah.
was you. Like you're so fun and cool and like have the best costumes and like you're such like chill girl energy.
In what way? About Halloween and Halloween alone. How is going all out and special ordering face paint?
No, you're just okay. I guess like let me take that back. It's not chill in any way, but you're just like you're not basic. Like you have like the most fun out there.
Yes, yeah.
All out. Like you're hilarious.
You put good
like
effort
you're
in.
the best type of girl on Halloween.
Like
And
we're
no
talking
disrespect.
about
No
putting on
disrespect.
cat ears.
Yeah, no, like to me,
that's-
who's like, I will wear all black and like cat ears and like I'm the worst kind.
Do you
I'm
remember
the worst kind?
it was COVID and I showed up as Lisa Rinna? I don't think anybody else dressed up at your Halloween thing. Do you remember that? at your
No.
mom's house or at your parents' house, like back in Apple Valley?
No.
It was like literally 2020. I showed up as Lisa Rinna. I had a wig on.
I remember that costume.
Oh, maybe I do.
We were sitting. I remember we were sitting and we were playing games.
Oh yeah. My gosh.
Oh my gosh, I remember this. Is this when we had the issue with the see-through biker shorts?
Yeah, I mean, like similar
we had
time.
we had the conversation about it. Like we got the link that night.
What that was for?
Yes, 100%.
Because I remember sitting around that table at your parents' house in Apple Valley, and that's when we got the link for the see-through biker shorts, which was like such a crazy experience for everybody that doesn't know.
Wait, no, it wasn't because we had already gone on the trip.
I know. Oh yeah. Okay. Basically, we needed a link for biker shorts, me and Coco, and like somebody gave us a link and we're like, these are the best. And they were like tights. Like it was like
they were like barely Spanx. Like they were not like, it was so funny. And
They weren't hiding anything.
Josie and I, like at this point, we met that summer and we were going on the trip late August. So like, this is the first, like, Josie and I are still figuring out like how are we friends outside of Erin? Like we're still like getting used to each other, right? First photo she like ever sends me is a straight up nude of those biker shorts, and I'm like, oh.
I was like, don't buy them.
They were not. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the link must have been not the right one. Like that was.
No,
crazy.
yeah, that wasn't. We got some false information. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how we got on that. Sorry.
Updates for you guys.
Updates for us.
Oh my gosh. Hasn't happened yet, but just a funny thing. Right after this podcast recording, I have to go to a court hearing for a ticket that I have.
We literally have a convict on the pod. Like,
Get her boys. Get her boys.
Like,
and it is just so funny. Like I actually like my claim to fame, and I feel like it just, whatever. It makes me just like a prude goody, but I have like never been pulled over until this year. Like that was like my fun fact. It was like I've been in the car, but I've never been the driver of like getting pulled over until this year. I've been pulled over 3 times. So I don't know what's in the air, but this last time they got me. Like my first time, I think they gave me a warning. My second time, I think he was going to give you a ticket, but I had an Oura ring. And then he was like, oh, is that an Oura ring? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, my wife wants one of those. And I was like, oh my gosh, like it's the best. You should get her one. I'm here for the girlies. Like get your wife an Oura ring. And he was like, I will. And he was like, all right, well, I'm going to let you off with a warning. Like have a good day. And I was like, did my Oura ring just save my life for this ticket? And then my third time did not go. Like there was no.
Is it all by where you live?
Twice it was on my way home from work from Big Lake when I was up there. Mm-hmm. But this last time it was just, right by home. Like trying to go to Target.
Because you're kind of in a small town. So I'm curious, like when I got my ticket.
Yeah, 100%. I don't mean to talk bad about the authority, and like I respect our cop system, but
no, I'm just saying like when I got my ticket for speeding, it was by
my cabin.
By your cabin, small town. It's always the speed traps. Like it's
and
always.
He was like sitting, waiting to like get you. Mm-hmm. No, this was not a speed trap. This was like I was at a stoplight and I was distracted, and I got honked at. Like I was the first one at a green light, and so somebody just gave me like a little like beep beep. Like it's happened to all of us before. And so I go.
Erin justifying her illegal actions. It happens to the best of us.
She says that to the court, to the judge, and he's like,
Erin's practicing for her hearing.
Yeah. But so then the guy apparently, like I was at a stoplight and he was coming like the other direction. Like he was not even behind me or next to me. Like he turned around because he heard me get honked at, followed me for like a mile, and then was sitting next to me at like a stoplight to Target. And at this point, like I'm not distracted. I see him. Like he's right next to me. Like I was distracted sitting at the light. Okay. But then when I was actually doing my driving, not that I know it's illegal to be distracted in any form when you're like behind the wheel. I get it.
Yep.
But I'm not actively like driving down the road, like looking at my phone or like doing anything. So at this point now I'm driving, I see he's next to me, like, and this is a mile, like he's like going next to me. So he comes next to me right at the stoplight. Cause now we're in like it's like a left lane turn lane, and there's 2 lanes. So it's me, and then he's like a little bit ahead of me, but like not by much. And he's like he's like peeking at me through the window. Like he is like sitting straight up in his seat as far as he can be pushed back against his like head seat thing. And then it's like your window has this little like blind spot or like black, like probably like seal, or like it probably like seals your window or something. And I can like see his eye. He's literally like, if I'm next to Josie, he's literally like,
what like, a creep.
Glancing. No, like, and I see him doing this because I'm not I'm literally at this point like, bro, I see you next to me.
Erin's
like
alert now.
You should have been like,
No, I literally like
Wave.
I didn't wave, but I just like smiled, and then he like turned his head so fast. I was like, so then I was like, well, I think he's trying to get me, like, you know. So then I make the left turn. He turns on his lights. Like,
what did you do? And he's just like, because you were distracted at the other light.
He said, I heard you get honked at a couple lights ago. And he was like, I turned around to follow you. He's like, I'm assuming you were probably on your phone.
So he doesn't know. So he doesn't. This is all alleged.
No, he's making an assumption.
It's
and I just said,
alleged.
no, I wasn't. And he just said, oh, okay. And then he was like, well, you do have expired tabs. And I was like, I was like, no. I was like, there's no way that like.
And whose car were you driving?
It was Tyler's car. So this is all Tyler's fault at the end of the day. No, just kidding. Like honestly, we were both laughing because we're like, this year of our lives has just been so chaotic. Like getting tabs renewed was like not on our top of our mind. And like we moved. And so usually you get like a update, like you get papers saying like, reminder, you need to update your tabs. And because we moved, the papers never forwarded to our new address. Like, so it was just a whole thing, but they were like 6 months.
Well, that's
expired.
why I forgot that 6 months is a lot. Okay. Yeah.
It was a lot. Like rightfully so. Yeah.
I didn't realize it was the tabs that got you. I thought he just was like making an assumption. He
was making an assumption. And so that's why I was like, I don't mean to talk poorly of our local law enforcement because I actually do appreciate them. And like,
yes,
we love it.
Except for this guy. He's a clown.
Well, he was like nice and he was fine. And then, and I just was like, I have nothing on my record. Like I've never been pulled over. So I'm like, hopefully I was like, oh my gosh, like hopefully he lets me just like off with a warning. But third time's a charm, like got a citation. But he was like, if you can purchase tabs within 10 days and show proof that you did that, like you can go
so that's why you're going to court this morning.
So if I go to a hearing, I think I literally have to be like, here's my email. I bought my tabs and I have to show them like a picture of my license plate now. And like, so I think it'll be quick and hopefully like,
wait, can you please like record the screen like as you're on a hearing? Like I'm dead.
Maybe I'll have Tyler in the background, like he can
literally
record. But yeah, so my brother was saying, he's like, oh, this is just like such a petty, like what do they call it? Like petty crime, like just like such a small thing on their docket that he was like, hopefully they just are like,
for sure.
You're good. And if
they
you
probably just try and make it hard so that you don't do it again.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah. And I certainly don't want to do it again. Like this is like, I got this ticket in like, I think July, like, and it's October that we're doing this.
No,
so
that's just how
that's
how our legal system works. It's delayed.
Yeah, no. But I got my email yesterday that was just like your court hearing Zoom link. And I was
Insane.
like, perfect.
Yeah. So
I will be doing that.
So you're also a bad girl. I got a tattoo. You got a court hearing.
Yeah. Bad girls in the house. What are you going to do, Josie?
Bad girls in the house is a crazy thing to say.
And we're like the farthest thing from that. So
yeah. Just some baddies.
Yeah, no. But
yeah,
so
Josie, how you breaking the law?
Yeah. What's your
I don't know. We'll have
convict?
to stay tuned on that. I had my like baddie moment in Europe,
and then so true.
I'm back
you also
to
like
normal.
kind of had a baddie life in high school.
Oh, for sure.
Like Josie was just
I could go into
rules
story time.
right.
I should do that one time.
I was like scared of. I was like, my parents will just like ruin my life if I was always too scared of the consequences to even try to find out what they were. I didn't even know what they would be, but
yeah, I could talk about
I didn't really break rules. I don't feel like you did either, Coco.
Stay tuned.
I mean, like the first time I went out drinking, my mom was just like, okay, so we would hang out in the summer and like you remember us growing up, we would always wear t-shirts and athletic shorts. Like we were just so like, not cute. And one time I went to it was through lifeguarding. I went to a guard party and I'm wearing jean shorts, a cute top, and I've done my hair and makeup. And my mom's like, yeah, right. Like, oh, you're going to go hang out with the girls. And so then she just looks at me and I had like a 14-hour day the next day for work. And she just looks at me and she goes, you have a 14-hour day tomorrow. It's up to you. But like, don't be an idiot. Like
she just knew that you were going to have to deal with your own consequences.
And like the next day I had in-service and I'm like in a water and I'm like, oh God.
You're like...
Oh my gosh. But we've never like broken any. That was probably the summer after we graduated too.
No, it was the summer going into senior year.
Really?
Yeah.
Coco was maybe more of a baddie than you in high school.
No,
I just keep saying
I just remember you getting mad at people because they were drinking.
Yeah, back when I was a narc. And then
you were like, don't break the rules.
I was like, well, the thing is I was a captain on my basketball team. So it was like I had to be
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Is like I feel like we both were like
our group of friends was like, that was like we all were athletes.
Did you wait until this ended then? Like,
no,
I guess not. I always thought you did. I'm finding out something new about you. Like I thought like summer going into college, maybe people were a little more like promiscuous.
I wasn't crazy my first year at the water park, but like I went to a few parties. And then like, yeah, I don't know. I think like early on, I was one of those weird people that was like, I took the DARE pledge.
I did. Mine is like, so you guys are like, we were captains of our sports teams. Like I was drum major of the marching band.
Nice.
That was my leadership position. So I was also, I took the pledge.
But you drank earlier than
but
us.
you did not care. I mean, you were like,
like do not follow in my footsteps. I was barely I literally was like, had just turned like 15 years old. And
we need to do our testimonies at some point because it is like all of this stuff is so a part of like, and it's just so different from where we are today.
It's so fantastic though, because whenever I've actually told that story a couple times recently of like how crazy I was in high school, and people are like shocked, and I'm like, that's amazing.
Like, this doesn't
news
line up with you.
That doesn't line up with how I am now. I'm like so glad that you're surprised by that news. Yeah. Anyway, okay.
We're just rambling on.
Yeah, I know. Like my updates, like not much this week. Honestly, just happy to be home, enjoying like seeing people that I have missed, and so it's been really great. And then I got my nails done on Tuesday this week.
Oh, I like the color now that I'm like seeing it.
Yeah, it's one
actually
of the,
like I clocked it this morning, but also didn't totally notice.
One of the colors from the TikToks you sent me of like fall nail colors.
This is from?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
it's
I see that.
OPI. Yeah, it's OPI Magala wine or something like that.
Okay.
And it was the first time I have my girl that I get my nails done with. Like this whole year, I've gotten my nails done just by my girl Molly. But I go frequently, but then I took like a little bit of a hiatus, whatever. Tuesday was the first time I walked in and I just heard Josie. Like I'm known. I'm known at my nail salon.
It's going to keep you coming because you're like,
no, I know. She's like, see you in 2 weeks. I'm like, yeah. Do you
get dip or gel?
Just gel. So it's like my actual, I guess dip is your actual nails too. But just gel. But along with that, my nail place has raised the price by $5. Molly broke the news to me this week. She's like, this will be $5 more than your usual. I'm like, you know what? It's okay. But that is sad news for me. So, but that was fun this week. I love getting my nails done. So
I got I have a gel set, but I did mine.
Yeah. Look, oh my gosh, you did those?
Yeah.
Seriously, I need to invest in that. Maybe that's
I think I need to invest in it too because I have a really old one and I think the quality of it just doesn't like keep the gel on. Like it just doesn't do a good job.
Yeah,
but
I've had these. I haven't had a single chip yet.
Oh,
and I've had it for like since Saturday.
Maybe drop a link to the one you have because maybe I'll add it to my like Christmas.
Do you remember my fun nails that I brought? Where it was like different. It was all blues and greens. It was on our trip. My friend, so Mary's roommate Kelly did my nails, and they stayed for like literally 2 weeks, and it was that. It's a Beatles.
Well, because I even buy like the OPI gel, like the good stuff that they have at the same exact brand as like the nail salons, and it does not stay on. I think it's my light, not the like. I don't think it's the.
Or you gotta like they give you the thing too. Like there's all the tools in there where you clean it up and the cuticle care, and like they teach you how to like paint the end so that it doesn't like flip up. But
I gotta invest in that.
I'll bring it home for Thanksgiving and we'll do a nails night.
Oh, okay. Would love.
Okay, perfect.
And I'll charge you no money.
Perfect.
Yeah.
No $5 surcharge.
We'll just freeload. Fantastic.
Should we get into it?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to introduce our topic?
Sure. Okay. Today we are talking about church and church shopping and just like how to find, I think just like how to church shop, how to find a church that you like, but also I think like a big topic or something that I feel like most Christians or I guess whatever faith you're in, probably honestly. So I take that back. Any person who's looking for a church of any kind. Like when you're being too picky. And I think that's something like we've all struggled with. And yeah, this was actually a topic by a P Potter, like a submission. So again, if you like just putting a little plug in there, if you ever have topics that you want to hear, like it's so much, I think it's fun to talk about stuff that people want to hear. And I think this is just like a cool topic in general because we've all been through it. So
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, where to start? Maybe just like church shopping. Like,
maybe we can like go around and just talk about like a kind of like where
our experiences,
like our experience, different churches we've gone to. I can start. have only had to church shop once, and it was when I was in Dallas, because in college I kind of like I was part of a campus ministry, and people just went to this church in Minneapolis, so I just kind of followed suit and like loved it, went in college. Then after college I actually worked at a church, so it was like I had a job there, so that's where I went to church. And then Dallas was really when I had to like figure that out. And let me just tell you, like Dallas churches, that's a whole nother like level of church shopping. There's just like, oh my gosh.
There's so many.
There's so many, and they're so different.
And I think being in the South is a different, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think it's such a different demographic. Like I think obviously there's people in Minnesota and the Midwest that like go to church, but I think it's just more like commonplace in the South.
Yeah,
like
it is.
It just is. Like I just felt like every young person we met like had a church or went to a church. And so I feel like that makes it harder in a way too, because it's like, where are people going? There's like so many.
Well, right. And there's so many different options. I think that's where honestly, like take church shopping. I feel like we would all agree that it's like, don't extend the process too long. Like at some point you need to make a decision, but I do think it's important to like try, even if you think like, I don't know if that's the type of church, go and try it. Cause like in Dallas, I went to like a huge church and tried it. And then I tried like a smaller one, which like, again, in Dallas, a small church is like a big one here. But I think try different things. And then you just like figure out what you like and what you don't like about them. Always remember that there's just like, not going to be a perfect one. I think if you are lucky enough, like in Dallas, even though I didn't know a lot of people down there, I did have like my coworkers and then one like mutual friend that like would help guide me of like, they knew churches in the area. They just were like, and new friends that went to different ones. So if you're lucky enough to like have some like believers in the city you're in, like just ask them for like, where do your friends go? Where do you go? Like here, where are some like good options? That's always like a great place to start. And I ended up finding one that I really liked, and it actually reminded me of my church back home. So then after Dallas, I went back to the church that I went to in college, because I just like, I just
you didn't really have to do any like shopping when you came home, because you're like, I'm just going back.
I knew where I wanted to go. Yeah. So I haven't really church shopped in the cities actually in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's like you have to kind of go in with your list of priorities of like what you're looking for from church. Like the one that I came to, I had someone that like brought me there, and that was awesome. But I think like wherever I move to the next place or whatever, like I think a really big important thing for me is like the community groups, and like community is just a really big part of, I've noticed that is like when I'm the strongest in my faith is like when I can, it's not just about going on Sundays. Like you need to have that continual community. So figuring that out, or if you have kids and you want to have a good kids program, or if you really care about the music, go somewhere that has like, you know what I mean?
Great
so it's like
worship.
Yeah. And also like really, really important. Like you gotta, like every church has a website these days looking into the doctrine. Like at the end of the day, not every single service is going to be talking about that specific like belief, but and there might be different, like there just might be different preachers, different weeks. And you're like, okay, I really vibe with this person, whatever. It's not like fundamentally, if you get down to the core of it, like you should ultimately agree with the main stuff that they believe in. But I think like going in with your priorities of like, oh, we're really looking for community. I'm really looking for that. Like that'll help guide your search, I think.
Yeah. I think
so
that's
too.
a great point. And I think back to the doctrine part too, like I think all of us have similar like doctrine beliefs that we like look for. So like, for me, it's important to like look and see what they think of the Bible. So like, churches will say like, we believe like the Bible is like the word of God, like, and that it's like from God. And that's something that's like really important, is that like, that like the Bible is held, in like high regard, if that makes sense, like biblical teaching and like straight from scripture. Again, like I think we all have like our personal like beliefs in that, like that may not apply to you, but like whatever that
but
is
you
for
can
you.
you can look around, and when you're church shopping, to like check out the website to be like, do my values and like my personal beliefs within the faith align with what this church is teaching, or and so that's one way to personalize it and make it like a good fit for you, I think.
If you are like absolutely brand new to the faith and you want to try out church and you're overwhelmed and you're like, truly, you're like, what does any of this mean? What's a doctrine? What's like in regards to faith? Like,
true.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking about this of like, if someone's genuinely trying to try out church, I do think like if you can pinpoint, I would say like if there's people in your life that you're like, maybe they go to church or something, like just asking and being curious, one, and like going with them, I think is like a really easy way to get your foot in the door.
Yeah.
And like, so I live downtown. My church is 25 minutes away. Like I drive every time.
Yep.
Because I found it through a friend. Like it just happened that way.
Yep.
I really tried very hard at a lot of the downtown churches. I tried doing that. I also have like a history of like going to church my whole life. So I didn't feel that uncomfortableness of like, I've never been in a church. What's it going to be like? But there might just be one that you're like, okay, I'm just going to go because it's down the street and let me just go check it out. I don't know. I just think like trying to find someone if you can to like make that less uncomfortable, but also like if you are trying to go to a church and you've never been, there are designated, if a church doesn't feel welcoming, first of all, they're failing. But second of all, like pretty much every church has a greeting team. They will like see you and like get you into the right spot. Yeah. So if you've been making excuses of why not to go, this is your sign. You should go and just go sit wherever. You know what I mean? Like that's what I would say.
Yeah. And I guess too, if you are in Milwaukee or Minneapolis too, you can DM us and we can like give us
some
or we can give you some
recommendations.
Suggestions of like what we've heard. Through
I
friends
literally
and stuff.
live like I can see a church right here.
Yeah.
I tried it out. It just didn't fit me.
Yeah.
Totally.
I wanted like whatever. And honestly, like, so Maria, our friend that we mentioned, like she brought me to a young adults thing and there was like 50 young adults, which is pretty rare I just feel like in the Midwest, it's like, it's that young adult group is like
hard to come by.
Like you really do need to seek it out. And like, not all churches have that. So that's what hooked me. The teachers, like, I think our teaching staff is like, they have the gift, like God has given them such a gift of speaking. And like my parents' church in Lakeville, Hosanna, like they have the thing where every beginning of everything, it's like, we believe the Lord led you here. Like wherever you're needed to be, God will make it super clear. You just need to be like, asking like, God, should I stay here? And like, he'll make it clear.
Yeah. I think so.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think there's like different levels of like churches too, or like something that Ty and I've talked about, like he grew up in like, if you're like new to the faith, I feel like there are churches that are like really good for that. And then like, cause Ty grew up going to River Valley, I don't know, which is like a big mega church in Minnesota. And there's nothing like really against River Valley, but we don't go there anymore. And Ty just felt like it served like a really good purpose for like a starting point in faith. Like he was like, I felt like it really was like really good foundation of faith. And then like at some point he was like, I kind of wanted like deeper and like, and not that they don't go deep, but just like each church preaches differently. And like River Valley's a little more like topical. And so maybe they'll preach on like more of a topic rather than like a story in the Bible or something. And so Ty was like, I really wanted to like get more into the theology. And so that's just not their style. And, so then it's like, you can also outgrow a church in that sense too, of like, maybe you want to go a little deeper, or like Ty was like, I want to read like I want them to be going through like a book of the Bible, rather than like today is about how Jesus says to be kind to people and show kindness. And there's nothing wrong with like either type.
Absolutely.
But it's like for Ty and I, like, this is just an example. Like we both value like something really biblical and like, kind of like straight out of the Bible and like, sorry, like what is it saying and what does that even mean? And so there's like that too of like, you can also be in a phase where it's like, okay to maybe outgrow a church or
like
whatever
also,
too.
Megan and Lauren go to a different branch of River Valley.
And
they love it. And and
we have like actually most friends we know like go to River Valley. So
like, and also
truly,
like my brother is very similar to you guys as well. I'm the same way. I love when we can like dissect like a whole chunk of scripture rather than just like obviously you should be nice to people. Here's X, Y, Z verses, right? Like, I think they serve different purposes at different points. And definitely like sometimes those bigger, broader messages, they might be around holidays, or they might be when they're trying to get more people to feel inclusive. I went to Eva's dedication at the River Valley, and they went through like a story, but it also depends on each campus. Like another thing that I like, not to cut you off, but like I remember at one point, like River Valley, I think I went with Megan and Lauren, and they like broadcasted it like from the home church to that. And that's what happened here at like one in Milwaukee. And I just was like, I really want to be in person. Yeah. Like if I'm going in person, I want to see the preacher. I want to hear the band.
That's like Eaglebrook. Like if you've ever been to Eaglebrook, they have like a main campus, and then they broadcast to all the churches, which I actually like didn't mind. It didn't bug me, but like we tried that church, and like Ty didn't like that. And so I actually think that's like one hard thing about church shopping, just from a different perspective of
for
like
a married
being
couple.
Married.
Yeah.
Oh, just like an added layer where it's like, well, because I used to go to Josie's church as well. And it was like, I feel like I liked it. Like there was nothing wrong with it, and it definitely served its purpose during college. And then Ty, like nothing super specific about the church, but he's like, it just like doesn't feel like a fit for me. Like he's not as like in love with that church. And so that's like a hard thing of like, we'll go to a church and I'll be like, I really liked that one. And he'll be like, oh, like I didn't like that one. And so that's like a weird added layer that we've been like kind of navigating of like finding one that we both feel like good about, but then not being too picky within that either. Like it's, you know.
Right. I was going to ask you like how many times do you give a church cause I feel like if you go once, that is not indicative of the whole thing. Like
no, I agree.
I do think like people are people, but I also think God will have the right message for you if you're there. Like I do think like God will speak if you need to go at that time. Like have you guys like gone to one service?
Yeah.
And then we'll just go, or have you given places like
we try to give it like a handful of times. And like we actually started, so we've been like, I feel like like you guys are both super plugged into churches, and I feel like that's something that like I keep being like, I need to do. And like, like at the end of the day, like excuses come up, and whatever, life happened, whatever. But so we certainly need to be better at like Ty and I have not been in a space where we're like going to church actively. We're not really like a part of a church right now, but like our journey with that has been a little different because we were really plugged into one, or not really plugged in, but pretty plugged into one in St. Paul. And then just moving up here, like we are like, that's, I mean, like you said, you can drive, but I think it's like 45, 50 minutes. It's like, and I mean, I speed,
you know, so it's like I get there at 20. Like,
but to some degree, it's like, I also eventually, like when we have kids, I'm like, I don't really want to be hauling kids 50 minutes. That just didn't, we feel like we outgrew it, but we really loved that church. We were there for like a long time. Actually, like after college, we stopped going to the one Josie went to. We kind of went to this church, and then we moved to Lakeville, and we went to Eaglebrook for a while just because it was like convenient right there, and like didn't mind it. But then we knew we're looking to move up to the West Metro a little bit, so we kind of didn't want to become like members somewhere, because we're like, we know we're not like investing, we know we're like moving. And so when we moved here, we actually attended a church in Maple Grove for like a year, and like we gave it a really long, like we went and we were like, oh, I really like that, the main pastor we loved, but I don't know, like we went for a year and gave it a really long shot, and then a year hit, and I was like, okay, it feels like we're at the point where we either need to like commit and become members and invest. And they had some young life stuff of like adult group, like young adult groups and that type of thing, and I was like, it feels like we're at that point where we either need to like full send or find a different church and move on. And it was interesting, like how you say that you feel like God will just like speak to you and that, like, and he totally does, like he totally does. But we went and they had a sermon where like we'd been going through the book of Psalms, because that's like, again, a priority for Ty and I. Something we look for is like, are they going through a book and just like I think that's just a priority for us. And so we liked that this church had books and whatever. And they got through the book of Psalms, and they were like, you're probably wondering like how we made it through. This is like when we were teetering. We're like, let's give it one more shot. We went, and they were like, you're probably wondering how we made it through this like sermon series without ever really actually reading a psalm. And I was like, yeah, how did we like? And so then they read a psalm like that day, and Ty and I were like, I don't even know how I didn't realize, or like that wasn't Like, I think we're just so in the motion of going or something that, and we're just like, this is where we go, that like, we just weren't, I don't know, didn't really like click for us. And then all of a sudden I was like, yeah, I do not like that we just went through the book of Psalm, but like never read a single Psalm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like then to us, we were like, we both just felt this like piece about like, let's move on.
Yeah.
And then, so then something we started doing is that we'll try a church online, which is not indicative. Like I do not, if you try a church online, you also then need to like the next week go to church. Like we just, to save ourselves time, we will like watch online to be like, what's their vibe? What was the sermon like? And then if we're like, yeah, that was like, it seemed cool or like seemed like, we've watched a couple where we're like, I don't think this is like our vibe. But then we've watched a lot where we're like, yeah, let's go try it out. Then we like go to the church in person. And then we do that for like a few times. And then we actually did find a church nearby that we do like and have been going. Not recently, like again, like I feel like people always will have reasons to like not go to church, or like that's me too. But at the end of the day, like I said, it is just like excuses. But like summer for us gets hard. I feel like summer gets hard for a lot of people. We're just pretty much gone every weekend of summer.
Yep.
So we like haven't gone all summer, and then we haven't gone a lot. Like we haven't gone this year, but then I did try to like, I signed us up for a group because I was like, we like the church.
Yeah.
Like we like the sermons. It's a smaller feel, like maybe the size of yours. Like yours it's big, but not like so big.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the same size. And we're like, we like the worship. Like so much stuff was lining up for us. And I tried to like sign up for a like small group and like, I just was like, well, I'm tired of making excuses. Like we just need to be plugged into community. And then I joined it and it just like was not a fit. And so then this plays into like the how picky do you be though, because we joined and nothing was really truly wrong with this group. Like I think just where we live, like the suburbs don't have as many people our age. I think we're now nearing like the age where people are, and like people are starting to have kids. And so there's like an age group for that too. But the group we joined, like everybody was like 21 and like single, hard. Like nobody was married.
Yep.
And we actually had like really good conversation. Like I actually left the group feeling like, wow, that was like the most like biblical conversation, or just like, like it was actually a great conversation, and Ty felt the same way. But then at the end of the day, like it went till like 10 PM and we were like, all right, like we are 27 with like, and not that they had jobs too, but like I just think they were like younger, like
different.
a little
post college is a very different era. Like I feel like it's and that's what I really like about my church. It's called Hope Community Church. Is that they have that like era too. Cause a lot of college students go, so then they keep going after college. So they have that group, but then there's also a lot of people in my group of like late 20s, early 30s, like in that, like single and married. So I like, which is a rare thing to like, it's hard to find groups like that. Like, I feel like it really is like, there's a lot of like, it's you're hard. younger is like a young adult, and you just like, I don't feel like that anymore. Relate
and they
to
were
that.
saying to us like, oh, we don't allow kids to this, which like, I know Coco, your Bible study doesn't allow kids either. Like it's a pretty strict, but like yours is just an all women's group. So then I was like, well, what are we going to do when like Ty and I are like, in
that's
this
not
and
sustainable when you can't get a babysitter.
Yeah. And so
once
I
a
just
week.
was like, I think that they are in a different, like we just left feeling like we really liked everybody, like it just wasn't a good fit for us. But then I go like, there's always this line of like, well, how picky are you going to be? Because like, there's no group that's ever going to be perfect. There's no group where you click with everybody in it. Like that's just life. Like you're never going to click with everyone. And so I think there is this line to toe of like, well, you cannot, like you can't hand pick your group. Like
I know.
And so I think I'm at a phase where like we have been saying we're like, we need to get back to going to our church, and I need to relook now that it's fall, if there's something at our church that like has it, or like at this point I'm like very much considering just starting my own, or even just like
join a women's Bible study. It doesn't have to, I feel like sometimes young adult, like when people hear that, I don't think like technically a young adult constitutes up until like 32 or something. And it's like, but there might be a 33-year-old that resonates with like, you know what I mean? Like it's, so it's like you can, I always grew up doing like Bible studies when I was like a kid and stuff. And my mom has been in tons of women's Bible studies. I also think like it depends on what you need. Like when I first joined Crossway, we had a women's group that ranged anywhere from like 21 to 30. And it was all over the place, but we all were just like, we need to find a community XYZ. now I would say like, I'm in this group. It's kind of the same demographic. We're skewing a little bit older because the main girls are just kind of getting older. And I'm like, okay, well, like I like it this year. Let's stick with it. But I'm also like, okay, maybe next year I do the deeper life program because I want to learn more about myself. And I want to maybe learn from men and women that have been through, like, I think it's okay. It feels very personal when you decide to leave or when you
I agree.
adjust, but like, everybody knows that like it's your faith. Like
for sure.
Yeah.
It's personal between you and God. It's not personal between you and other people in your church.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like
I totally
for sure.
agree.
Yeah.
But so I think it's like going back to what you're saying is like, where are you at in your faith and what do you need in the moment? And that's why it's okay to like switch groups or to switch churches. But then I think it's like start with this like list of priorities, but also like, so for me, like that's like, is it biblical? I feel very connected to God through worship. So I'm like, it can't have bad worship. And it's like, there's obviously days at any church where like, maybe you're like, the worship wasn't that good today. But like, for the most part, like for me, it's like, is the worship good? And like, do I click with like the kind of like, can I find community there? Like I want to be in community.
Yep,
so I feel like those are my top 3 priorities. And like beyond that, like I try not to get into the nitty gritty because otherwise you're never going to find a church that's like absolutely 100%. You find nothing wrong with it. And so I think that's where that line, I feel like that's where that line of being too picky comes in.
If the too picky thing is like their coffee flavors aren't that great, and
or like
their seats are uncomfortable. I heard that from somebody once.
What?
Seats were uncomfortable.
Oh my gosh.
Or like I think like you
insane.
should be 100% like this. The minute you start feeling like the teachings consistently are like not hitting anymore, or like you're not feeling like the way our pastor says is like you come as you are, but you leave changed. Like every time you hear the word of God, like you should be, it should be getting into your soul and like being like, okay, what am I going to do about this? And so it's like the minute that starts consistently week after week being like,
Not
okay,
happening.
wait, what's going on? That's when you start leaving. But if it's like, I don't like the sound of his voice.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and
Okay.
same with like, if you're in a group, like it's like, oh, there's one person in this group that like, I don't vibe with. And it's like, well, okay, you're never going to vibe with everybody in life. And, I just think, but like, then there's this, like, it's all just a balance, I think. And it's like, but also like, I've been in groups before where like, I just dread going. Like, I'm just like, I don't like Ty and I, this, and it's never like actually the people in it. It's mostly just the demographic. Like when we were really young, right out of college, we joined one and everybody had kids and was like married. And I was like, oh, we're not. They were very welcoming and so nice. But I was like, I dread going because like I cannot relate, like when I'm 22 years old, to you having like 2 kids and like a house. And like, I was like, I feel like there's just too big of a gap. And so I would dread, like, I was just like, they're so nice, but like, I'm not excited about this. I don't feel well connected to anyone.
Yeah.
So there's that too, where it's like, well, don't also join a group where you like how you were saying, like, is your group serving you and your faith and like feeling connected? And if it's not, maybe it is like seek out a different, like that deeper life program at your church, or like, so it's like have that discernment too. Like I think it's not great to be like, I completely dread going every week either. Like
for sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. And we probably should move on to pop culture soon, but I just wanted to say one thing too of like, you don't have to do everything all at once either.
Yeah.
So like I've been going back to Hope for almost 2.5 years since being back from Dallas. And like my first year I was not plugged into a small group. It was on my list. I like was like, I need to do this. I need to do this. I kept putting it off. So like a year in, I joined a small group, like have been in it for like 1.5 years now, like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I'm like now 2.5 years in, it's like, okay, I think I need to start like serving at church. So that's my next like step to like get even more plugged in. And like, I literally just had an experience last Sunday where one of the like senior pastors came up to me and was like, hey, like, how was your trip to Europe? Where I'm like, that has never happened to me in a church before where I felt like so seen by like leadership, but I'm like, I'm 2.5 years in,
they know
you
who you are.
like,
Yeah.
and I've like now taken classes at the church and like gotten to know leadership and staff and like, but that is like, that's years of like investment into a community. So I would just say like, once it will feel right or it will feel wrong. Like at the beginning, like there's the things, but then it's like, really, really getting plugged in, like that does take a long time too. So I'm like, don't be discouraged. If you're
have grace
like,
with yourself.
Yeah, like,
and like how I said, I went to a church for a full year before we were like, I actually don't know if this is a fit, and like that's okay too.
it's
like
totally fine. Yeah,
it's not easy. So grace for yourself, but
Yes.
also not being so picky that you're like picking out the most minuscule, like, I don't
Yes.
like how the seats feel or whatever. Like, it's
Yes.
like, all right, well, there's some trade-offs
Also,
here.
like,
So
this is just such a thing that you need. It's not about your feeling. It's about where God wants you. So like every
Yeah.
time you go, if you're really trying to find somewhere to plug in, praying, God, make this super clear that I need to be here. And like,
Yeah.
Right.
the thing about God, you ask for clarity,
He's
gonna
going
give it to you.
Our
Like,
favorite thing.
he will,
Yeah.
he will deliver
Yes.
and then some. So
And I think-
yeah.
Yeah. I like being uncomfortable doesn't necessarily mean bad either.
Yeah.
Like that actually might be good. Like he
Yeah.
might be stretching you in ways.
yeah, that's
but-
why I give it multiple times. And
Yep.
seriously, like if you are in the Midwest and want church recs, like totally DM us. And I feel like I've, out of the two of us here, like I've tried the most churches
Yes.
in
Yes.
Minnesota. So I'm like, I can speak to that a little
Absolutely.
bit, but
100%.
yeah.
And like take a
But yeah,
friend
I
with
think-
you. Like go, like nothing has to be, or try stuff out online first. If you're like, okay, if you really need to go one step at a time, like as long as you're
Yeah.
hearing the word and like, I think the
Yep.
thing I do, like when I was looking is like, Lord, like I asked the Lord for like discernment in each place before I was going, of like, if something didn't feel right, like just kind of going and like, you'll know it'll
Yeah.
like God
Like,
will
trust your
stir
gut,
in
yeah.
you, like if it's the right thing or not. Like that's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
thing. And
I
like you
think
don't have
so, too.
it's not really your decision at the end of the day. Like
Yeah.
it is, you have free will, but God
Yeah.
will make it
God,
so
he will
clear.
show up in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
I
Okay.
feel like we could talk about this forever.
I
so
know,
maybe we'll
I
have to do a
like
part
this.
2. Like,
Maybe.
this
I
was
would,
fun.
like, I feel like I have
or
more
like
to say.
testimonies. Like, there's a lot of faith related stuff we can still get into. So.
Yeah. This was good.
Yeah.
But
I feel like we
need
should move
on
to
because Erin has to go to
I have
court.
to go to my court appearance. So
We have a felon.
Okay, should we pick one pop culture?
no, like we need to talk about them all. I've actually been like looking forward to the pop.
What are
Okay,
all of
perfect.
them? I don't even remember. You guys,
Okay,
yeah.
I'll start. Okay. First, we're talking about Benson Boone and Maggie. I think her last name is
Thurman or something. Yes.
And
Is she
Benson
Uma
Boone-
Thurman's daughter?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But so Benson Boone, he's a singer. He has been dating his girlfriend Maggie. I believe she is like an actor, like aspiring actress. She's like a TikTok personality.
Yep.
She's kind of in that creative world. So I
Yep.
think that's how they connected.
Yep.
And they've been together for like 2 years and they're just like so cutest couple. I'm not like, I don't really actually follow either of them, but like they pop up on my For You
Yep.
page. I feel like I'm in the know enough about them. And like a month ago, there was headlines that were like, they broke up. And it's like, like, I was like, oh, sad. Like they were really cute. They've been together for a couple of years but they're
Yeah.
young. Like I think he's probably in his like early 20s. And so I was like, yeah, people grow apart, whatever. But then, okay, so Benson has been like on stage singing this new song that he came out with. And it's like, literally the lyrics are like, something about like you've lit a fire in me, but like, will you leave me? And it's basically like you had to go and like, you're not my final love. And like, honestly, like I was like, I would be torn to shreds if I was this poor girl. And it was like a sad song. Like I was like, this is like a heartbreak song. He's heartbroken, like poor boy, like sweet boy. And I'm like, poor Maggie, like just so sad. And then cheating allegations started to come out. So of course there's this girl. Oh, I should find her name, but he has like, I gotta find her name. I think it's Kristen something, but she came out with a song called Benny and it's like, yeah. And it's saying like, we made out in my car. Like we are best friends. I don't know. People are like, and then people are saying that she dropped this song and then that like, this girl, Benson and Maggie all like unfollowed each other. So people are like,
Oh,
it's
so
'cause
they
he
were
cheated.
friends. They were connected.
I
Okay.
think so. I haven't done like a super deep dive, but this is what I'm like hearing.
Okay.
And so people are saying that's why, but there's other people being like, oh my gosh, like this other girl, she follows someone else named Benny or something. So like, it's probably about that guy, but people are like, no, she like mimicked one of Benson's music videos and like had a guy that looks like him in the video. Like, and I have not seen the video. Like this is all alleged. Like this is not, I do not know.
You're
it's
not like
fact,
a
so I'm
bit like you're
trying
not
to
like a
spew-
Boone head that you're like obsessed with Benson Boone.
Yeah, no, literally. So I'm not trying to spread like false propaganda out here. But then, okay, so then girls commented on Maggie. Maggie posted a sound and
It's now
like,
deleted.
the whole TikTok is. Oh, I should have screen recorded. I was going to say, can I play it? But it's the sound that's like, remember what he told when he told you that like our babies are going to look like this. And then like, there's like another voice that comes in and it's like, but remember when he cheated on you? And then she's like, which time? Like it's like a sound.
Yep.
And so then people are like, girl, I swear if Benson cheated on you, like I'm turning my car around. And then Maggie commented back and said, put your blinker on, babe. And so it's like confirmed, like it is confirmed. And then I had gone back like just a couple hours later because I was like, this is insane. I can't believe she commented that. And I also was like, she kind of ate down with that comment, like being like, turn your blinker on,
Not
babe.
ate down.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I was like going into court, like turn that blinker on, babe.
Yeah, no, seriously. Well, I was just like, that is like such a clever little comeback thing.
Totally.
And she deleted that. And then now you're saying the whole
Dang.
video is
TikTok
deleted.
is
So it is confirmed. And like,
Yeah.
and people that are verified are commenting like, yeah, well, you're my girl. Like we got
I mean,
your
really
back. Like,
bold of Benson to be like, I'm going to make everybody really sad and think she wasn't going to clap back.
yes, I was like, okay, honestly, like kind of power to her because I was like, if he's going on here acting heartbroken
Getting
and
sympathy on his world
and it's
tour.
been 1 month. It's been 1 month and you're like, you're not my final love. Like I loved you, but you're like, we're not it anymore. Like, I'm like, okay, don't play sad boy when it's like your fault. People are like, oh, so he's heartbroken because he cheated.
Nothing
like,
worse than a
Sure.
woman scorned. Like test me and I will like clap back on you. Now
Try
I'm
it
making the
out.
headlines.
Try
Your
me.
stupid little song about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye. Moonbeam ice cream. Okay.
No, couldn't be. Yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
that's kind of the tea there.
crazy.
I haven't seen any other headlines or whatever, but she is like, Maggie was like kind of not posting for a long time, like frequently. And now she's like on her game and she's like with her girls and she's getting her hair and makeup done. I'm like, she's in her breakup era. Like,
Yeah.
you know, she's doing the
I mean, I truly
So-
have no idea who this broad is. I wish her the best. I think it's like hilarious that she like clapped back. All I know about Benson is he's Moonbeam ice cream guy, and I heard
he's
covers
like
of
a
him at
Harry
his
Styles
concert.
dupe. Like he's attempting to be
Yeah,
Harry
like
Styles.
he's sad that you're trying to be Harry Styles. Could never like you
I
won't
actually
be.
do like some of his songs,
Yeah,
so
me too.
I'll give him that credit. But
Okay.
but I have nothing else to say. So
You can try being Harry Styles.
Oh, yeah. Coco's like, did you run the Tokyo Marathon?
No.
Oh, by the way, sorry. I saw a TikTok comment. Somebody was talking about like tips for the NYC marathon, whatever. And somebody commented and was like, Harry Styles should be watching this. Because like people are just like joking,
are
like he's gonna try and
theorizing
do
for
all of the
sure.
like world. Anyway,
I think
I know
everybody's
Chicago
on the same
happened-
wavelength as
Chicago
us.
happened
I
last
think-
weekend, and I like literally told Mary Rogers, I was like, you need to get whatever. And she broke my heart. She goes, just like letting you know, if like Harry Styles approached me and tried to like seduce me, I wouldn't say no. And I go, you're not a real friend. You're not a real friend.
Coco, you are not a real friend for being mad about that.
No,
you
I
have
know.
to be
I
happy.
understand, but like
it's
that's I called dibs.
I get it. I know. It's
So
true.
true.
It's true.
God forbid a girl have a love.
Seriously.
God, Our last headline, and this is like we're staying on the relationship train, but Kat Stickler is reportedly dating John Mayer.
Yeah, crazy.
This does not add up in my mind. And like, I'll just give a little context because I think it's crazy. But she was dating Jason Tartick. Okay. That's
From The
kinda-
Bachelor,
from
another
The
influencer.
Bachelor. Kat Stickler is like a super huge kind of like
influencer.
comedy TikTok personality.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
she makes funny TikToks. And honestly, I won't lie. I did not know who she was until she dated Jason. Like that's
too.
how she came on my radar. Then they broke up probably like a year and a half ago. And ever since then, she's kind of been on my For You page too.
Yeah.
And so I keep up a little bit with her. And she has been posting videos with a new guy. Like it is not John Mayer. Like
No, you
it
can
does
tell
it does
it's
not
not.
look like John Mayer. He doesn't have tattoos like John Mayer. Like nothing. It's for sure not John Mayer. But
Yeah.
she hasn't really like I don't think she ever hard launched him. Like he was in her videos and it was like very relationshipy type TikTok she was making, but like never showed his face. I think she was trying to be a little less like public with it, but like also being
She went
open
through a
that
very
she's-
public divorce. Very public.
and then and then went through the public breakup with Jason.
Yep.
And so I think she got some heat for like people are hate on her because they're like, you date so many guys and bring them into your daughter's life, and she gets
You
a
know
lot of
what?
hate.
Like, yeah, let her be.
Like let her live her
Okay,
life.
so what?
But
She's supposed to be unhappy.
No,
She's also
literally.
our
I'm
age.
like-
Is she supposed to live the rest of her life alone?
Yeah,
No, I know.
right.
And I'm like,
her
she's doing
daughter's
her
like her
best.
most important person. So
Yeah,
like
she's
she's
doing
trying
her
to make
best.
sure it's a good fit. Like
Husband, I think, cheated on her. Like, God,
yeah,
like,
and she has discernment over her life of like what's good for her and her
Yes,
daughter. So like
100%.
whatever.
We do not. Yeah,
But so she's been kind of hard launching this guy. Some people, I never did see it, but some people did say she like hard launched him. So I'm like fully like she's dating this other guy. Then I see a headline like 2 days ago that says John Mayer and Kat Stickler have been spotted on 2 dates in a row. They're dating. And I'm like, what? Like I'm like
someone commented, does Kat know about this?
Yes, like
literally.
people are literally like, this isn't true.
No.
But it was posted by like Des Moines, like US Weekly, like big sources that I feel like know their stuff. So it's
Should
just
have
kind
done
of like
thorough journalism.
interesting. And there are literally pictures of them like kind of cozied up in a booth at dinner. Like I'm like, oh, no, looks a little cozy. So
I just feel like because Kat has such discernment of who comes into her life, John Mayer ain't the person.
well, and I'm like, John Mayer, like I just feel like he's not a catch. Like he is
No,
known for
I think
like
back in the day. Back in the day when Daughters was like just released,
Yeah.
you know
For
what I mean?
sure. And
but
when
I don't
it
know,
wasn't
he's not that I don't think he's that cute
Oh
anymore.
well, but
And-
also like before it was known that he's like like a
He
horrible person. Like
yes, and his body count is
especially-
like super high. Like I
it's
feel
insane.
like I feel like so many people talk about John Mayer and they're like, I think he's like a decentish guy, like to be talking, to like know and
Yeah.
to be having in your life, but like to date, I don't know. Like he's kind of a rough track
No, I'm
record.
like, if the song "Dear John," like that will mark you for the rest of your life. Like you have been scorned
Yeah.
by Taylor Swift, name dropped in the title.
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
doesn't do that.
No. And
was for real about that
so,
one.
Anyways, apparently they're dating. And then if you look at her most recent videos, she has posted stuff of like a sound that was like, what, you think I just chopped my hair out of nowhere? There's always a reason for a hair chop. And like alluding to like, you know how girls, it's like when you get broken up with, you like chop your hair. So she like posted that. And
I
then she
really
posted
hope for
something-
Kat's sake, she's not dating John
It's
Mayer.
not.
Me too. But and then she posted a thing yesterday that was like, she was like, can you imagine like waking up and your name is like all over and like you have 100 notifications because everybody's talking about you and you're like, what are they talking about? And like, and she's like, and you have super bad anxiety. And so like, can you imagine if like, then everyone's talking about you, like, and that would be so good for your anxiety. Like she was kind of just like joking about it. And then she was like, anyways, I'm off to get a Brazilian because I just like want to feel pain today. So bye. Like it was just like weird. And I'm like, I don't
It was
know
weird.
if you're
I saw that video. I was like,
alluding to
okay.
like,
It's also so. I'm sorry, but it's so annoying and pick me. I'm just like,
yeah, like I'm like, you
Whatever.
don't have to talk about it.
I don't mind her, but that video, I was like, okay.
Did you see
Well, she
it?
should have
Yeah.
been like,
Yeah.
she should have been like, it's not true, or like, I don't
Well,
know.
I
that
think
feels
she
very,
was
like,
she was sort of like, and you have no idea what they're talking about. But then I was like,
But I don't know if,
the
if there's
Brazilian
photo
comment is
you were
evidence.
weird.
with
Like,
John Mayer.
She's
at, like,
just she is kind of like it is calm. She's trying to be funny and a little
Yeah.
out of pocket. That's
I
kind
don't
of
really
her brand.
like, yeah,
but-
so her stuff is very clickbaity. I'm not like necessarily the biggest fan.
Yeah.
I feel
Me
like a lot of
either.
her stuff on,
I don't not like her.
yeah, it's just
But
like,
yeah, the one thing about it is the Toast always talks about this of like influencers dating like actual celebrities. I like love those headlines though. Like I think they're funny.
Yeah.
Like even the Maggie and Benson, you know, when like the influencer celebrity line gets crossed, I'm like,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
funny and kind of fun.
So,
I guess
feel
we'll
like
see.
this will just play out.
Yeah,
and
we'll have to
we'll
see.
just see. So, but anyways, I was kind of like,
That was crazy.
these-
I didn't even
I
realize
was like, wow,
that.
so much tea, and both were like. The Benson and Maggie one, I was like jaw dropped. I was like, I can't believe
Yep.
she's. And then Kat and John, I was just like, what? Like I was like, this does not line up
No.
for me, but
No.
like maybe it's true. And like
Crazy.
best of luck to her. If it
No,
is.
seriously, best of luck to both.
Wishing you
all
well.
parties. Yeah. Wishing
So,
you well.
All right. Well,
okay.
shall we do
Yes.
our?
yeah, you got to get to court soon.
Yeah.
I
Iconic.
can't get over that.
Our felon.
I'm thankful for the law keeping you in line.
yeah.
No way. No way.
Oh my gosh.
I can go first. I have mine ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just like, this is gonna sound stupid at first, but I'm super grateful for like FaceTime and like Zoom and like those types of things because like
Yeah.
I feel like heading into the holiday season not being at home, I don't know why it's hitting different this year, but like it just like the homesickness and stuff and like the last few weeks like Eva's been trying to FaceTime me a lot and like I've just been catching up with like Megan and Lauren so much more and I get to talk to my Nona and so like
Yeah.
as much as like the last episode we were talking about social media consumption and like how bad it can be in technology and XYZ, people have their things. I will say like as a person that's far from home, I do really like, I'm super
Yes.
thankful for
Like,
that. The fact that we
yes.
can talk like this, the fact that I get to just call y'all whenever
Yeah.
and like FaceTiming friends and family. Yeah, that's what I'm like thankful for this week.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Mine is that like I don't know, just like coming back from Europe and like being home has been so amazing. And I just am like so grateful that like home and my people is like a place I like look forward to like being. Like I just like love being home, which
Yeah.
is like so sweet. And I know that not
Yeah.
everybody has that. So I've been grateful for that this week.
Yeah. Mine, And I'm just gonna like try not to cry and be like as honest with the pod as I can today. But like it has been no, like I'm not making it through, but it has been like the hardest like just couple of weeks. And honestly, like, yeah, it's just been hard. But like there's a place here for like pod listeners too, if you're like in a rough spot too. But it's just been like a really hard couple of weeks. Like my mom has just been really sick the last 2 weeks. And I do not know how people like make it through, honestly. So my praise, I think, is just for, and I feel so dumb crying. Like,
why? No.
I don't know. There's like not a day that's gone by in the last 2 weeks that I haven't just like cried. And I'm like, I just want to like, whatever. My therapist was like, stop measuring your progress through tears. Like, so true.
Shout
Ashley,
out.
we love
Shout
my
out,
girl
Ashley.
Ashley.
Shout out.
But my praise is just for like my community. Like I'm not really plugged into a church community, but I do just have like you guys have been so amazing. Like Josie came over and we like helped my mom with some stuff the other night, and just like I'm just really blessed to have like family that is like around and can like, I just know that people go through diagnoses and like things like I'm going through and don't really have anybody, or like maybe they've like lost, they've lost other people in their life. And so like you're alone in going through that. And so just grateful to have, and like my coworkers have been really amazing, and they're like new. So they're like finding all this out about me. So anyways, I'm just really thankful for the way that like people show up when you're like just going through it. So anyways, that is my praise. And if anyone else like is, I don't know, going through a hard time, like that, I feel like when we introduced this podcast, we were like, whether you're like you're at the worst place in your life or you're like thriving. And so I'm like, honestly, I think I just want to like, I'm just like getting that off my chest to the pod today. Like, I feel like if I'm showing up as not myself the next, like, I don't know how long I'll be like in the trenches a little bit. So it's just where I'm at. So anyways, my praise is just for, people showing up for me. Yeah.
We love you and thanks for sharing. And it's hard. But.
Yeah. And I feel like eventually I'll do a deeper in-depth, like, I feel like this topic is one that everybody, like the more you talk to people, everybody has experienced this. And so I'd love to like touch on it more when I'm like ready to talk about grief and just, So anyways, we'll talk about that someday. When we're
and this is a call for all of our listeners. You better be praying for Dawn.
Like prayers up.
Every single person in my life that I know that prays, y'all better be doing it. Otherwise I'm coming to your front door.
No, we're enlisting. We're enlisting. Like, please be praying.
This is why we do it. Like you have to, like, that's absolutely.
Yeah.
So
anyways, okay. I'm gonna be crying as I like walk onto my court.
And you're like, yo, it's not that serious.
I'm turning on the waterworks so that they're like sad for me. Like
exactly.
Oh my gosh.
All right, well, we gotta let our felon go, but this has been a good episode. As always, follow us on on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok at 3ps.podcast. Like, let us know what you want to hear. We love chatting with you each week. This is like a really like fun place for us to be. So we enjoy that 100%. You guys are still here. And honestly, like if y'all got prayer requests too, like send them to us. Like we'll be praying.
Love to be praying.
Let's have a prayer chain. But yeah, that's all we got for this week. And we hope you have a great week and we'll see you soon.
Bye. Love ya.